Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to learn about another important intergovernmental body known as Shanghai Cooperation Organization. In short we say SCO. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It is a permanent intergovernmental body which was established by charter in 2002 and in force since 2003. So basically SCO was formed in 2002 and but it came force in 2003, that is 1 year later. So important thing to learn here that it was formed by its charter in 2002 and came force after 1 year in 2003. Now since it's a permanent intergovernmental body, then there might be some nations coming together and forming the body. So let's see the members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So it comprises 10 members. It includes China, India, Russia, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Iran, and Belarus. So these are the 10 countries which are there in Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay, so in order to memorize all these, you need to write it 2 or 3 times. You will you will get all the things. So let's repeat me. Shanghai Cooperation Organization was formed by its charter in 2002 and later after 1 year it came into force in 2003. Till date it comprises only 10 members, that is 10 nations with name China, India, Russia, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Iran and Belarus. Now what is the main objective of the SCO? So SEO focus on countering terrorism. Now these are the some keywords: extremism, radicalism, okay, drug trafficking, while also promoting trade, connectivity, and financial inclusion to ensure economic security. So the main focus of Shanghai Cooperation Organization is to counter terrorism, extremism, and radicalism and drug trafficking. There is a lot of issues which we know that cross-border terrorism happens only because of drug trafficking and also terror funding. So these nations are coming together to curb all the issues faced by the nations for ensure economic security. It is very important. It comprises around 30% of the global trade and 40% of the world population. So with this data we can see the enormity of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It comprises world global GDP 30%. You can see how much big stake this intergovernmental body is playing. And the world's 40% population is there in Shanghai Cooperation nations. It serves as a platform to balance Western influence and promote Eastern values of mutual respect and plurality. These are the keywords you should keep in mind. It is also serves as a platform like in the Western nations, they are coming together making government intergovernmental bodies. So to counter or to curb or to just balance, this is one of them. Eastern cooperations intergovernmental bodies. SEO plays an important role in balancing, and also it preserves the plurality and mutual respect. SEO operates as the Shanghai spirit of the good neighbor lines, non-interference, consensus, and cultural respect and non-alignment. These are the some heavy keywords you should keep in mind, and because it can be used while writing answers, framing your essays, or giving any interview and giving lecturate in your interviews. Now let's see how SEO is reshaping global multilateral order. Global pivot, how it is very important at the global level. SCO is expanding in Central Asia with members representing 23% of the global economic output and 42% of the population, supporting Moscow and Beijing's geopolitical goals. So we all know that SCO is now recognized at the international level, and it not only just in the Central Asia as the countries are there, but it has been got recognition since at international level, as it represents a large stake in the global economic output of 23% and also the population of 42%. Now let's see the security role. SCO fills the security void in Afghanistan post NATO withdrawal. As we all know about NATO, we will learn in the upcoming videos about NATO also. NATO is a North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is done with the European and the US nations to curb the influence of the USSR at the time when it got disintegrated, and NATO is to counter the main influence of the Russia in present day, if you see. So SCO, when NATO withdraws from the Afghanistan, then SCO comes there and plays a very important role with the Afghanistan Contact Group ensuring regional cooperation. Now, in terms of counter-terrorism, SCO regional anti-terrorist structure RATS, it's very important. You should keep in mind. RAT plays a very important role in anti-terrorism. RATS coordinates counter-terrorism efforts among members. Now let's see the China's strategy. China uses SCO to advocate for the global south and challenge US-led institutions while Russia also counters Western narratives. So in order to counter the Western influence SCO, China uses SCO to advocate its global south, that is South Asian nations, and challenge the US-led institutions. Because earlier since the World War II we have seen the world was bipolar, that there were two main hegemony in the world, those who are running the world, USA and USSR. But and they also made some international organizations just for their own benefit. To counter that, China is using Shanghai Cooperation Organization to advocate and also promote the global South motives and challenge US-led institutions. Connectivity Catalyst. SCO enhanced connectivity in Central Asia through projects like INSTC and Chabaha promoting infrastructural development. You might have learned about Chabaha port that is in Iran. India has got some strategic point by having, let's say, presence at the Chabaha port and promoting infrastructure development. If you know, the development not only depends upon the nations, it also depends upon the relationship with the other foreign countries. So in order to trade, we should have some facilitated, some structured or route with the help of marine or road. So we have to connect with the foreign nations and get some memorandums with them for enhancement of trade. So if already these countries are in some organizations, so they might will support each other. So here's SCO plays a very important role for the infrastructure development. Okay, so let's move further and see challenges in SCO. Now, if organization is working with a multinational, then there might be some challenges also it's facing. So first challenge is expansion dilemma. SCO enlargement including Belarus raises its global profile but dilutes its regional focus on Central Asia. Now, when we expand something, then there is something lies beneath for which this organization was created. Somehow it's diluting it in its own values. Look, if it's including Belarus, then at the global profile it is raising, but somehow it's diluting its regional focus, which is mainly it was formed for the Central Asia. So this can be some challenge. Second is Afghanistan policy structure. Third is China power play. As we all know, China pushed to lead SCO for regional dominance, especially promoting BRI. BRI is some again very important concept, that is border road and border road initiative. So again it is important aspect of China's diplomacy where it is playing a dominant role in the organization itself. Identity crisis. SCO's decision lacked executive action, making it discussion forum rather than a decisive order. This is very important. They are making decisions, but rather than making decisions, they are just discussing. So it it seems that this SCO is now only for a decision discussion purpose. It's not making any decision, and it is a decisive less body. It has become now diverse interest. Member states conflicting priorities make consensus building difficult. India's stance on Pakistan's role in terrorism. Now, as the nations are there, they have their own interests. As India keeps saying to the world that Pakistan's role is big in terrorism, and we have also faced so many cross-border terrorism funded by Pakistan's, but the countries are not interested as they have their own interests. So somehow, if they are on some together at the same platform, so they should listen towards the other problems facing by the nations and also resolve coming together. It shouldn't be like that you are watching your own back and someone is doing their own business. They should come together. If it is an organization, then it's a responsibility of each nation to resolve problems peacefully. Now, challenge for India in the SCO. Challenges include balancing ties with China and Russia. As we all know, we have a great relationship with Russia from since 75 years, and also we have a great trade relations with China. We import a lot of things from China in terms of electrical supplies. Addressing regional security issues. Earlier we talked about that is terrorism from the cross-border terrorism from Pakistan. Managing relations with Pakistan, securing economic benefits, maintaining strategic autonomy, upholding sovereignty concerns, and increasing trade with SCO members countries. So these are the challenges, specifically challenges faced by SCO. So first is what? That is balancing ties with China and Russia. Then regional security issues, that is cross-border terrorism and relationship with Pakistan, as it is also the member of SCO. And its own economic benefits, how India is growing in its own ways, and strategic autonomy, and of course sovereignty, and trade with the SCO member. How is India is increasing its trade with SCO members. Now let's see some India's role in mitigating problems. That how India is helping to alleviate the problems with the help of some schemes or some dialogues or some memorandums. Let's see. Health economy proposal. It proposed cooperation in key areas like health, economy, culture, etc. You see health proposal SCO Summit 2022. Yes, now here comes Summit. You know, these organizations meets on the regular basis, annually or biannually, to discuss the issues and make some, what we say, take decisions to make develop to for the development of the nations. Conflict resolution. Promote dialogue through a non-aligned approach. India's balanced stance during India-China border tensions. You might have seen the Doklam issue. Now, recently we have seen that at the Bangladesh, the on not Bangladesh, sorry, Arunachal Pradesh, on the Brahmaputra River, China is building its huge dam. So India hasn't been up on this matter. India is playing on a balanced way. It doesn't want to further say issues regarding like military actions in those issues. So these are the roles how India is mitigating some problems. Now economic cooperation. Organizations US SCO business and investment meets. There are some investment meets which is held in Business Conclave 2023 New Delhi. Infrastructure projects which are being carried out supports India supports INSTC for better regional connectivity. Now, what is INSTC? We will learn in some another video. This is very important. International North-South Transport Corridor. It is a corridor, transport corridor or road or some marine path to connect the north-south poles of the north-south of the earth. Here comes the role of the joint military drills. India does a lot of bilateral exercises in all the three forces to maintain a healthy relationship with all the nations. So this also plays a very important role. Counter-terrorism, we already have seen SCO rats is there for to counter terrorism. Cultural diplomacy, it's a very important point. You should learn about this soft power and how soft power is able to influence the whole world rather than using military or using hard power. Soft power is something which comes in cultural diplomacy. How culturally you influence the other countries, like SCO Film Festival, which is held in Mumbai, and also of course the educational ties, offer scholarships and promote student exchange. It is very important at the grass level that how the students are being exchanged with the universities of the two different nations, and they come to learn about their culture, language, and all the things of each other country. So it also builds a very strong impression on both countries. Now let's go ahead and look at the recent SCO summit. SCO summit 2024 was held in Astana, Kazakhstan. This is very important. If you are preparing for examinations, then they directly might ask questions that where was the 2024 SCO summit was held. So it was held at Astana, Kazakhstan. 24th SCO summit in Astana saw Belarus joined as the 10th member. This is very important. Belarus became 10th member at the 24th SCO summit, which was held in Astana, Kazakhstan. Astana Declaration and 25 strategic agreements were adopted. So, Astana Declaration and 25 strategic declarations were adopted. Its focus mainly on energy, security, trade, finance, and information security. So, these are the areas where some agreements were signed. The adoption of program of cooperation in countering terrorism, separatism and extremism for 2025 to 2027. These are the some key words: separatism, extremism. India reaffirmed its commitment to combating terrorism and urged action against countries supporting it, while also promoting security cooperation through raids. Now we all see, we all witnessed a very devastating event which took place at Pahalgam, and India also responds in a very calibrated way with Operation Sindoor, and after that successfully conduction of the operation, India sent its delegations to the nations to make aware of how Pakistan is supporting terrorism. Okay, it's funding, it's giving them training, it's giving them shelter and food, and in Pakistan helping since independence, it's helping counter border cross border terrorism to destabilize the region of northern India in Kashmir. So India is commitment to combat terrorism and action against the countries who are supporting terrorism. Okay, and also it's also promoting the security cooperation through RADS, which is important body of SCO. Kazakhstan's proposal for initiative on world unity for just peace and harmony. So Kazakhstan, the summit which was held, proposal for initiative on world unity for just peace and harmony. It's kind of theme which can be asked in exams. The introduction of SCO anti-drug strategy for 2024-29 to combat drug trafficking. So now just see, SCO has RADS. already to counter terrorism. Now SCO has begun to introduce anti-drug strategy to combat drug trafficking thing. So you have to keep in mind those two things. The Make in India initiative was highlighted as a driver of global economic growth, with India expressing readiness to collaborate with the global south. On the sidelines, India and China discussed troop disengagement and restoring peace along the line. This is something very important. The earlier which I was talking about the Galwan Valley clash and also some clashes which is happening at the leg, that is line of actual control between India and China, and line of control, that is India and Pakistan. Okay, so you have to keep in mind. So this is all about Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO). I hope you learned about something today. So let's recap quickly what we learned today. Important thing is that SCO was formed in 2002, come into force 2003, and it has 10 members. These are the members. Belarus, which was just introduced in 2024 at Astana in Kazakhstan to counter terrorism, extremism, and radicalism. 30% global GDP and 40% of world population. Now it has some body rats to counter terrorism, and important thing is that yeah, the INSTC, which supports, and the 2024 SCO summit. So this was all about SEO. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and let's meet in another video.